Welcome to Reunite With Self Podcast. I'm your host, Rukan. Here, we will be discovering and unraveling what is truly holding you back. We will put the puzzle together and give you clarity on how and what you can do to create massive shift in your life so you start creating the life you always envisioned for yourself. There is no more waiting. Whether it is liberating from dysfunctional family patterns or parenting tools and tips that actually make the difference, we will be diving into the truth and core of things that are simple and which yet no one talks about. I will be sharing with you all the things that would have changed my life massively if I heard any one of these episodes. A new world is awakening, and true bliss, harmony, and peace is possible on this earth. And my mission is to bring you closer to that, one step at a time. In this safe space, I will hold your hand and give you courage and certainty that you can shift anything and everything in your life. It is time we break the pattern. Whether you want to be the parent you never had or make a shift in your life so you don't play small any longer, you will find the support and guidance in this space. My intention is for you to find answers within yourself while you listen to this podcast, so you feel the bliss of reuniting with your true essence, with self, with so much love and compassion and courage. From my heart to yours, let's keep it rockin'. Wow, I just want to say wow. I am so grateful and excited for this journey, for this new beginning for myself and for our journey together. Whenever you find this podcast, this episode, I hope you find some clarity, guidance, anything regarding your path, your journey, your life. I hope something lands for you and it helps you create a massive shift in your life. I am so grateful that you are here. It's going to be a journey. We have so many things to talk about, so many things to discover, and I will be discovering so many things with you as well. But I just want to say that my main intention here is every episode that I record, my intention is to express something, communicate something with you, talk about something, share a truth that I have discovered in my life with so much profound clarity that would have made such a big difference in my life if I had listened to this episode or whatever episode that is that you're listening to. I know that my life would have been very different right in this moment, although I'm grateful for all my journey, and my journey brought me here to this moment. So I'm doing this podcast for you and with you. But I know that there are so many things that are not talked about, and I want to be the voice to that. I want to be the voice to the truth, to the things that you need to hear, to the things that you need confirmation on that you don't find anywhere else in your family, in your community, within your friends, with the people that you know. Sometimes all we need is the smallest confirmation to the truth in our hearts that maybe something is wrong, that maybe something is truly wrong, and we need to make a difference there. And also what kind of difference we can make so that we can be truly liberated and we can live our life to its fullest potential, so that we can be in our fullest potential and our fullest expression. I know that the things that I will be sharing with you in every episode, and we're going to have different themes and topics every time, I know that it will help you somehow. And my intention is that this podcast, these episodes, find the ones that are the highly sensitive ones, the sensitive ones, the dreamers, the ones that know that they have a mission in this earth. Whether they know what it is yet or not doesn't matter, but they know they have gifts to share. They know that they can create that incredible life that they deserve, that they always envisioned. Like if you ever see any images from your future self, from your future life, if you ever have like any visions or dreams or even goals and hopes about your life, that you know the kind of feeling, the kind of energy that you want to have with your life, whether you're close to it, whether you haven't even begun, whether you're far off from that, but it's only like the smallest vision that you carry in your heart, in your soul, in your mind. Know that that is your truth. Like that is possible. That is so possible. And that is waiting for you. It's just a matter of not us like finding things from outside or getting things from outside. But I realized, and this I knew before, but I didn't like really fully experienced it myself. But it's really about truly letting go of what no longer serves us, and even letting go of things that never belonged to you in the first place. So this first episode will be kind of like an intro. I'm sure I've put a title on it, but I want to tell you a little bit about my story, my why, my mission, and why I'm doing this podcast, and why I'm so passionate to talk about the things I will be sharing with you. My podcast will mainly revolve around two main parts. So the first part will be around parenting. So whether you are a parent right now, whether you're a parent of a toddler, a teenager, even an adult, a child, a young boy, a young girl, whatever age they may be, even if they're in their 40s, 50s, whatever, you will benefit so much from the parenting episodes, and like all the episodes basically. And the other path, the other route that we will be taking will be mainly on liberating yourself from dysfunctional family patterns. And these dysfunctional family patterns, when I say that, it's basically and mainly about any narcissistic abuse, whether you know that you're dealing with a narcissistic abuse or not, if you're dealing with, let's say, quote unquote, like difficult people in your life, if they're leaving you frustrated, sad, disappointed, lonely on certain areas of your life. And these family members may be on different spectrum of life. Like you might be having difficulties with a family member on a specific area of your life, and another one in another area of your life, and they might be living a totally different life, a very different lifestyle, very different characters, personalities, choices, hopes, dreams, ambitions, the way they hurt you. So we will be mainly talking about family stuff, and liberating yourself from any dysfunctionality. And please have an open heart, like an open mind when you're listening to the episodes, because the things that I will be sharing are things that if I knew, like if I listened to an episode like this, to the episodes that I will be creating, if I listened to even one of them, like 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, like I cannot even imagine what kind of difference it would have made in my life. And I'm not saying this from like a regret point. Like I don't feel any regret for anything. I'm not feeling sad about this, but it's just the truth. And if I figured this out in such a long time, and although I was so involved in self-education, self-care, self-discovery, self-healing, I was doing all the things over a decade, I spent all my time and my money to heal myself. And I was doing all of these different, and which I truly believe in doing all of this stuff, by the way. Not that they're not like good enough or anything, but although I was so involved in my self-discovery, self-journey, although I was so courageous and open to seeing what was happening, although I knew that life was always happening for me and not to me, like even in the most challenging and difficult times, I promise you, I always knew that it was happening for me. But like, although I was getting all this support and guidance, and although I was so open and courageous to see myself and to feel my feelings, like I was never running away from my feelings, but there was certain parts of the truth that was so hidden, and they were the core parts of why I was stuck in my life, why I was not even starting to create the life that I knew that I could create, that I knew that I was here for, that I knew that it was like the natural thing for me. The life that you envision in your heart, in your soul, even if it's like the slightest thing, even if it's like the smallest thing that comes to your heart, mind, whatever, once upon a time, once in a while. Trust me, that is the natural thing for you. That life is the natural thing for you. But what you have become so familiar with in your family, and this is the stuff that I will be diving into, that made you feel smaller, made you feel stuck, not take massive action. And all in all, it just stops you from seeing the truth of what's happening. And I will be exploring with you here the truth, the core, the thing that is so simple yet so hidden that we are not seeing what's like behind our nose, beneath our nose, whatever it's called. But it's just so incredible that although I knew that I was working a lot on my childhood, my teenage years, my 20s, I knew the things that were hurting me. I was doing all this somatic therapies, like regression therapies, all the things that would take me back to those experiences so that I would feel them again and transform them and forgive them and all of that. And this is like major thing that we can do for ourselves. But what I will bring to the table is the thing that took me so long. And it took me through such challenging time and pain, emotional pain, physical pain. It took me so long to realize the basic truth of what was happening. And I know that it's time for us to break the pattern and liberate ourselves from the things that are really influencing us, but they are so hidden, and that's why they're so effective. That's why they're so powerful. The blockages we have, the self-sabotage, playing small, and the playing small, that's hidden. I am not even talking about only the playing small of that, like manifesting of you not doing anything. It is so incredible that like my life before, I went through such like a big transformation a year and a half ago, and the last 1 year I've changed my life massively. But you know why it was so hidden? Because it looked like from outside that I was so confident, that I knew what I was doing, that I was taking massive action in my life, that I was like working so hard to get to my goals, that I looked so independent, that it looked like I had it all, and so many other things. I will be sharing my parts of my stories as we go along. But my main intention here is for you to see what's holding you back and what you can do. The simple things, but not easy things. What you can do that can create such massive shift that your power would even surprise you. The kind of unleashing it does is just so massive that you understand why some people do not want you in your full power, because your full power is like the things I do now. Right now it's like 10:30 p.m. and I am recording this podcast, and this is like so natural to me now, but the kind of dedication and commitment that comes out with the certainty that you create, that was taken from you. And we'll discover all of this. But you will be surprised in a good way, in a very positive way, the kind of unleashing it does, and the kind of power and resilience you actually have within you, that you can create so much amazingness that even like, let me give you an example of what I'm talking about here. The kind of changes that we will create with you, and I will be supporting you, guiding you, giving you tools, tricks, tips, tactics. The kind of change you create is, and I'm only at the beginning of this. I don't know everything yet. I'm just unraveling. I'm in the journey myself. I will be learning more and more. But I can tell you two things. One, my life feels different. Like I am on my path truly for the first time, because I'm in my own energy, like my own energy, you know? And my life feels different. My days feel different. Doesn't mean that I don't have bad moments or challenging things, or, it doesn't mean that I don't get angry, or that I don't cry, that I don't feel upset, that I don't feel sad. Like, by no means I don't mean that, but I'm sure you understand what I mean. My life feels completely different. Like I cannot even compare the before and after. It's like I went through a near-death experience about 1.5 years ago, and I went through quite a challenging time afterwards. But I'm so grateful it happened, because it just opened the doors for me, and that was the thing that was happening for me. Like I was so far off from my true path that had to happen. But I don't want that to happen to anyone else, because like, why not? Like, why not we hear these things? Why don't we talk about these things? This should be the stuff that we are so accustomed to, that we're so familiar with, that it makes it easier for us to be like the light bulb to go on and to go off, and then we say, can this be happening to me? Like, I see the problem here, and I want to make a shift here, and it comes in like a huge wave. And the second thing I want to tell you, the difference when you go through the decision of making a change. And that requires a lot of clarity on what the situation is, and we will be working towards that. That is gold. Like, that is my mission with you. That is my intention in creating this podcast. The difference it makes is now I do in one day what I would not be able to do maybe in 3 months. And I'm talking about 2 versions of me that, like, I cannot compare to myself right now, but it seemed as if to myself and to others that I was doing it all, that I was working really hard, that I was really going after what I wanted, that I was independent and confident. And I was like, it looked like I was like so courageous and getting out of my comfort zone. Oh my God. Oh my goddess. And now I know that I do in one day now that I would not do in 3 months, because it's different. It is totally different. And we will go through these things one by one step at a time. But in this episode, I just want to talk about the two routes that we will be taking in each episode, whether it'll be about parenting or liberating yourself from dysfunctional family patterns. I'm using the word dysfunctional family patterns because it is more relatable to a lot of people. When I use the word narcissist, it might sound a little intimidating or even like it doesn't apply to your life. But I have seen that, I have realized that and it changes depending on where you live sometimes as well. Like, I'm originally from Turkey, and my awakening was really there in the community there, that I realized, like within my family, within the community, that a big chunk of the population has narcissistic tendencies. Maybe they're not all full-blown narcissistic, like they don't have the personality disorder, but it doesn't matter to you if you are being exposed to any narcissistic behavior, anyone having any tendencies behaving that way towards you, especially from people that are close to you, especially if they're your caregiver or people older than you in your family, and even younger, like all of the above, all of them. It doesn't matter to you for your life to be influenced by that, if they have the full-blown personality disorder or they just have the tendency to do that to you in your career, in your work life, regarding your abilities and capabilities, in your work, in your career, in what you can create, in what you can do, in your finances, or if they are maybe the same sex, like female to female, being super competitive, jealous, you don't even know why, but they just are competing with you in your life, in the way you show up in life, in your love life, romantic life, in your family life, in the way you parent your kids, whatever it is, like beauty, looks, career, money, status, blah, 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 blah. So we will be exploring all of this. So if you have any family members that you have a difficult time with, that they're like literally pain in the back, or if you just don't know what's really happening, but there is something off about it, or if you want to avoid some of the people in your family, or if you want to avoid talking about some areas of your life with certain people, or if you've had a very challenging time in the past and now it seems fine and okay, we'll go through all of this. But my intention is for you to have clarity. And once we get a hold of this, once we become the parents to ourselves, once we become the mother and the father to ourselves truly, then we can become the parents that we wish we had for our children. So it doesn't matter what age they are. There is going to be so many takeaways for you in different episodes. Sometimes I will be talking to fathers, to mothers, both, for different people in different stages in their lives, different tricks and tips that are so simple, that are the core of everything, that are the core of being the best parent that you can be, so you can truly connect with your child. But this stuff is the things that we don't talk about. And the main thing here, and the thing that I'm really passionate about, is family is the place that we should be able to feel safe, seen, heard, witnessed, that we feel safe to shine in our truest potential, shine brightest. And what the actuality is, what I see in the world right now, what I see in everyone that I know, what is the thing that keeps them from realizing their true potential? What is the thing that keeps them from realizing themselves, being in your true path, just being on that path? I'm not even talking about them going to that final place of creating that incredible career, work, finances, love life, family, like social contribution. Like, I'm not even talking about why this or that person, or why we're not there yet. I am talking about why these people are not on that path. Because being on that path is the thing that changes everything, right? Sometimes you get to a point and you look back, you get to this amazing, incredible point, and you look back and you're like, the journey was the thing that was so incredible. But it's that being on that journey that makes you start feeling fulfilled. Because if you are ambitious, if you want to live a fulfilled life, there is no end to it, right? You will always change and grow and contribute. But what I see in my life, in my experience on this earth, and what I have experienced in my life, and what I have become conscious of lately in a very clear way, and when I combine it with my own gifts of having so much empathy for people and seeing what their pain is regarding their families, it's just like a natural gift for me. Or when I see a parent, I see why it's not working out with their child, like what the actual problem is there. What is the small thing that they can do that will change everything for them? And when I combine it with this gift, is when you ask the question, why are they not on their path? Why is someone not on their path to creating their incredible life? Why are they not showing up for their life and not playing small and being in their fullest potential and in their fullest expression? The answer is, my friend, is because of family stuff. And it's not even just working on family things. It's actually, like, as of today, like right now, where the world is, what the people are actually doing, like the clarity that I got is the things that stop them from realizing their true potential is lies in seeing what's actually happening right now. Family is not that sacred thing that it's supposed to be right now. I think it's supposed to be a very safe place. I think family is all about, if we are creating more families, it's supposed to be about feeling safe, being seen, being witnessed, being in your true potential, feeling safe in shining. not just feeling safe in your darkness, not just feeling safe, and this both is very important, but not just feeling safe in your failure, but feeling safe in your success, feeling safe in shining bright. And I'm not talking about this idealistic thing or that this person or that person in your family seems like and acts like and behaves like that they're supporting you, or they would be, if that happened, they would be happy for you. But I'm talking about the actuality of it. So we will be discovering more of what I'm speaking about here. And it's all about clarity. So even the things that I'm telling you right now doesn't make any sense to you, doesn't matter. We will go step by step. It's going to be incredible. It's going to be so empowering. These are the simple things, but they're not the easy things. But I love the saying that goes, do the easy thing, have a difficult life, do the hard thing, and you will have an easier life. So we can do hard things like Glennon Doyle says. And for the parenting part, it will be so empowering for you because you might be a very successful parent. You might be someone who is ambitious. You might be someone, going for their goals and desires. And you just want to be the parent that you never had. You want to empower your child. You want to truly connect with your child. You want to have a true relationship with your child. And you don't want to do the things that happen to you. But in that sense, we need to go deeper and understand everything so that you don't hurt them just because you don't want to do the same thing that your parent did. So you do the total opposite, and it's still harmful for your child. So we will be diving deep. We will be discovering so much together. I will be holding your hand. This is a safe place. It's not a place that we judge ourselves. We don't judge ourselves. There is no room for regrets. It's just about what we can do right now. So we will be discovering many beautiful things with you. Thank you so much for tuning in. And we will be beginning with certain topics starting from next week. And it's going to be a ride. Thank you for being here, and I will see you on the next episode. My gorgeous listener, if you had any takeaways from this episode or from this podcast in general, I would love to know. Please share this episode with a few loved ones right now. You never know how they can benefit from something so small. And please take a screenshot of this episode and share on IG, tagging me at Khevella. That is Khewella. Khevella. That is my goddess wear brand, my Instagram page. I would love to know what your takeaway was, or something you found inspirational, or a confirmation you believe in as well. That would make my day. And you can always DM me if you have a topic or a certain question in mind that you want me to talk about. And give me a 5-star rating if you feel like it. That would help this podcast immensely to get the word out. I love you. See you on the next one. I want to see you shine your brightest.